Namaste. In hundreds of sessions of karmic alignment, it has been my realization that the general population has this misconception with respect to the malefic and benefic planets. Let me first clarify that all the planets, irrespective of being malefic and benefic, will always have two shades, like the two sides of the coin. There will always be some form of malefic impact and benefic impact behind every planet. So it is totally incorrect to consider a malefic planet to be only malefic and a benefic planet to be only benefic. But today's discussion on the topic is not with respect to the benefit or the malefic effects of the planet, but especially with respect to the planet Moon. The Moon represents all our unfulfilled desires of our past life. It might be a surprise to each one of us that the Moon represents the reason of the turmoil of our lifetime, not only this present lifetime, but so many other lifetimes. The placement of Moon in your birth chart indicates that area of life and the turmoil the soul is experiencing and has experienced in many, many previous lifetimes. It is not your first life that you're going through this kind of a turmoil, and the point of your life comes at one junction where you have to take the call to leave your desires and make a move towards the new reality. What is contentment? Its motive to attain contentment in these desires become the point of context. The contentment, the desires that you are trying to achieve is never going to be a reality. Remember, it's only an illusion. We will now try to understand the areas of turmoil in each and every individual with reference to the position of the moon in their respective chart, in the ascendant chart, or as we know as the LAGNA chart. So let us begin. The placement of moon in the second house indicates the turmoils of life with respect to the second house signification. What are the second house significations? The second house significations which would be with respect to your family, with respect to your wealth, and with respect to your finance, or with respect to your speech. So the moon in the second house indicates the areas in your life where you might have this turmoil with respect to this signification. When the moon goes to the third house, it indicates the areas of life with respect to your siblings, with respect to your communication ability, with respect to your speech, with respect to your online work, with respect to anything with respect to your neighborhood could be represented by when moon is seen in the placement in the third house. Moon representing in the fourth house of any person's chart indicates the turmoil with your mother, with respect to your motherland, with respect to your comforts of home, with respect to your peace of mind, with respect to your vehicle. These were all the desires that you are carrying from the past lifetime, and the turmoil still continues. The planetary placement of moon in the fifth house indicates the turmoil of your life with respect to your children, with respect to your love affairs, with respect to your creativity, with respect to everything in terms of your early education. The placement of moon in the sixth house indicates the turmoil in your life with respect to your daily routine, with respect to your debts in your life, with respect to your loans, with respect to your court cases, with respect to the vices that you hold as a human being. When the moon is placed in the seventh house, it indicates the turmoil in your life with respect to your spouse, with respect to your relationship, with respect to your partnership, with respect to the retail world that you are dealing with. The placement of the moon in the eighth house indicates the turmoil of your life with your in-laws family, with respect to the sudden obstacles in your life, with respect to something that you have not completed by means of doing research or something in terms of taxation or something in terms of unearned wealth accumulated. The placement of moon in the ninth house indicates the turmoil in your life with respect to your father, with respect to your guru, with respect to your pilgrimage travel, with respect to your long distance travel, and most importantly, by not being righteous in nature. The placement of moon in the 10th house indicates your entire turmoil of life with respect to the status that you wanted to hold in your current lifetime and in your past lifetime, with respect to your career. And this becomes much more stronger because this being the house of the karma record talks about the stronger signification in terms of the moon. The moon placed in the 11th house indicates your turmoil with respect to all your gains and desires in the present life and in terms of your past life. It is the house of your elder siblings, the house of your community, with house of your, um, the larger population that you interact with. This will create turmoil with respect to this kind of a signification in your life. The moon placed in the 12th house indicates the turmoil with respect to isolated places by means of your, the connection to what divinity holds for you with respect to the long distance travels that you do or in terms of settlement in the foreign land. So the placement of moon talks about all your unfulfilled desires with respect to the 12th house signification. But the most important signification, which becomes much more stronger, is when the moon is placed in the ascendant or in the first house of your chart. This talks about so many unfulfilled desires of so many lifetimes in so many areas of your life that it becomes very difficult and challenging for this person to actually resonate, to get out of the cycle of life and birth. So where does all the answer lie? If moon is representing the turmoil in your life, the answer lies in the placement of the sun. For that, we will follow up with the subsequent videos, and you need to keep watching Soul Mitra by Sarvesh Shirvaikar for further updates. Thank you for your attention and namaste.